Keith, first time exhibiting here at the JCT Traffic Signal Symposium. What brings you here?
Well, it's to launch a new product. It's our Simplify Live product, which is to help traffic signal engineers do their job a lot easier and a lot quicker and do more things with the traffic signals on their network.
Okay, explain to me what you mean by do more things with the traffic signals.
So the challenge I've found through the years is, as traffic signal engineers, quite often we know how to solve the traffic problems, we just don't have enough time. So we know what needs tweaking, we know what needs changing, but we don't have the time. What we're doing is taking their knowledge and their skills and helping put that into some AI to then help them guide the whole city or parts of a city rather than having to get into the minutiae of every single setting.
Okay, explain the AI bit of Simplify, because of course there is an issue where people think AI is something that may be either a bit scary or it might be a bit sci-fi. So in a practical term, for a signals engineer, what are you offering? What can it do for the signals engineer that couldn't be done before?
So what we're using is a form of AI called planning and scheduling, where we make the knowledge of how traffic signals work explicit within the software. So all of those complex rules, all of the interconnections between stages and phases, we make that explicit so then the machines can interrogate that and come up with a solution that meets all the rules that the traffic engineers have set and does it very quickly. We can run our software to come up with the signal timings for a corridor in about a minute, which currently it takes days, weeks and months. Whereas if you can do it a minute, you can actually do it to impact on a problem that's occurring at any time.
Yeah, I remember when I was first introduced to transport modelling, it was kind of like, we'll put some data into a model, we'll press go, come back 3 months later and we'll have an idea of what the traffic is going to be for the next 10 years. Now you're doing it in real time.
Yeah, so I'll give you an example of it is maybe on our screen here, where quite recently we managed the largest event in Huddersfield this year, which was a Muse concert at the John Smith Stadium. And they'd never had a pop concert on a Tuesday before. So we had to first of all work out what the flows would be, and we did that to over 99% accuracy, and then we used those flows to work out what should be done. Now normally that process would take a long time. We'd done it in a matter of a day to come up with the signals for the whole corridor, and for the first time the traffic corridor outside of the stadium was clear before and after the event.
So basically you're kind of avoiding traffic jams before they happen.
Before they occur, because you can preempt it, because lots of these things are known. It always frustrates me that you get traffic signals outside of a big venue, like a football ground or a big concert stadium, and the traffic signals don't know what the fixture schedule is or what the concert schedule is, whereas the engineers do, but they've got no way of programming that in. That's what we're doing. We're helping take that knowledge about what's going on in the world, program it into the systems and come up with solutions really quickly.
Now, you mentioned Huddersfield. It's always interesting when a new concept comes in that with local authorities, for reasons of justification, there's often a rush to be second. They want to see somebody else has done it first before they then start to do it themselves. So they kind of have got someone to look to and someone to show their budget keepers that it's worth doing because it's been a success before. You've done it in Huddersfield. Where else are you doing it, and how successful and popular has it been?
So we've had that race to be first, which was in Huddersfield to do it with live traffic. Now we've got Hull and Tees Valley following along from that to implement the same technology to help them with public transport issues. And I'm very keen to do that because anything that can help bus transport at the moment must be welcomed, because bus companies aren't doing that well, passenger numbers aren't recovering as much as they should. So a technology that helps the reliability of buses, it's got to be a good thing. And hopefully that's what we're doing, Tees Valley and in Hull.
And you're the ITS UK Carbon Ambassador, which means that everything that you do, the environmental benefits sort of flow through. So how is this as an environmental solution?
I think it's helping with that really complex issue, which is that if you've got an electric car, if you stop less, you're going to use less energy. But from an emissions point of view, if it's not an electric vehicle, stopping and starting causes almost as much emissions as it does travelling along for miles. So what we're doing here is reducing the amount of stopping and starting at traffic lights. And the aim is to have buses only stop at bus stops, not at traffic lights. So from an environmental point of view, we think that should be a benefit.